Hi everyone. Today I just got some idea to make a shorter video compared with the last one that went for over an hour. Just got some opals, just was going through some of the cheaper stocks and there's few pieces that I came across. And I think I might face some of them. I mean, not this one. This one is a lighting ridge, looks black, but it's more about, see, somebody's put a hole in here. It was in my rough knobby pieces. And I think sometimes we forget that there are, we don't need to make the perfect gems. Piece like this with the Dremel can be, make nice hanging pendant, just rough as nature intended. Just clean up the sand. Look, there is really some brightness here in this piece. So I can imagine somebody that can afford some of the more expensive opals really enjoying wearing that around their neck, just on a chain or a string. Anyway, that's not what I think I'll go to the machine with. Just, I'm interested in this one, and I know it's not high quality. It might be nothing, but it's a big piece of white Cuba opal. And I wonder if you can, yeah, there's a color in there. Now, does it go in anywhere? Not sure. So I think I'll go on the machine and face it and see if we get a nice surprise or not. I don't think so. I reckon there's nothing in there. It's just a big rock, but let's find out. There's some little pieces here. They're just here. I'm not gonna do anything with them. But I might have a look at this one. That's a lighting ridge. Also, not your top shelf stuff or anything like that, probably towards the lower end, but it's got a bar. Not sure it goes right through here, but we can have a look at that. Maybe see what's there. So this video is for those hobbyists that are working on the budget, just learning and just having a bit of fun with the cheaper opals. All right, so we'll have a look at this one, and this is the other interesting piece. So this is meant to be, and it's got the greens and reds here at this end, but I don't know if it's going through there. And there is a red in there as well. I'm not sure if you can see it. But anyway, I think we'll take it to the machine and have a little bit of fun with those three pieces. Okay. Oh, I might weigh them up just so you know how big they are. So I'm just getting my scales here. I haven't unpacked them. All right, let's have a look. So this one, a little bit wet, but that's 125 carat piece. Take a bit of weight for the water, 120 carats. There you go. This meant to be one. 16 carats. And this lighting ridge is 8.9. So I'll go on the machine and see if bit of fun with those three. See what we're getting in. I'm seeing this little one. They just came from like a nothing puzzle. It was just a full bag of opal mixed. And actually was, look, I have to show you. Look, I have a whole bag of poaching color here. Whole kilo bag. I'll maybe show you. Right there. That bag, I just went through, picked a few stones, and ended up with this. And thought, nah, I feel like a bit of a machine therapy. Okay, what do we've got here? Yeah, got that one that somebody worked on. A few little ones. I might just see what's underneath these little ones. They're only a couple of carats each and not very bright, but a bit of fun. Anyway, let's take this to the machine and see how we go.
Yes, I'm just checking out that color bar right on the edge. I wonder if it's gonna go deeper. It's a big stone, and again, the light at my machine is not great. Yeah, let's go and take some of it off and see where it goes. Maybe maybe we can speed that up actually and put some music on and slow it down once I've taken some of that top off. It's a big stone, so it takes a while to grind it to the color. It's massive. So alright, let's speed it up. Okay, see, nothing's still there, so we'll speed it up now. Okay, so we ended up here. The tops come off, and you can see the color actually is gone deeper, and it's a quite, not quite half of the stone, but it's a decent chunk of the stone's got color in it. So I'm very impressed. Yes, it's not too bright, but look, this came out of a puzzle that's really cheap. As you saw the bag, it was basically poaching color. It didn't cost me much money, so I'm very happy with that. Okay, now we looking at the mean to be, which I thought might end up being really good. Now, those stones are looking, they look much better in my hand. And at the end of the video, we'll look at them under the different light, and you'll see they will look much better. This one, see, it's got that little bit of red. I need to decide which side I'm going to take off, but the color bar is all over the place with this one. And there's a little bit of red on one side, there is deep green on the other. So I'll most likely probably end up taking both sides off and make it a translucent crystal color, or just a double-sided opal. Let's see how this works out anyway. I'm just trimming the side that had no color. So it's gonna become a much smaller stone. Be lucky to end up being, 3-4 carats maybe. And yeah, it's from Mean to Be, which some of you actually have been asking the question, if the Mean to Be mine is closed or not, because there is this perception that it has been closed. Well, I've inquired about that because some of you made comments saying it's open, and I've got somebody that's close by there, and knows quite a few people in industry, and I get some good opals from them. And look, it's technically not closed. However, you're not allowed to stay there, which means you would have to go and bring the tools or the machinery, and every day go and drive back with the machinery because it's not safe to leave it there. And look, not many people are willing to do that. Well, no one pretty much is doing it. Few people try their luck. And it's only luck that you find good opal going there for the day, because you ain't gonna drive to Cuba 3 hours with your machinery back. So, well, you could stay in Glendambo, which is close by, but still, it's just not feasible to mine there. So there hasn't been any good opal from there for a couple of years now, more than that. Not in volumes, so it is becoming scarce. Lambina and Broken Leg are closed, definitely closed. You can't mine there, you can't stay there. So Mean to Be technically could go there, but it's a shame because this opal is brilliant. Maybe not this piece we're working on. Remember, this whole idea for this video is more about the hobbyists and the learners. So it's a cheaper opal, cheaper parcel. Not everybody can afford, high quality opals. And they still got color, they're still beautiful, and there's something about, working with them. It's just, for me personally, if things are going on in life, I go on the machine, or I just, not even that, just looking at them, holding them, it just gives me peace of mind, calms me down. I love it. Can't explain it. Some people say they've got healing properties and use them as sort of healing crystals. Well, I'm not sure about that, but they do have something quite special as far as calming the mind. That's just from my experience. So you can see there is some colors in this one. They're mostly blue-green, kind of faint colors, not too bright, but still, like if you don't pay too much for the puzzle, getting these little stones still you can make pretty stuff from it, and you can actually make money on some of it. It's just, if you buy it well, that's what it's all about. So this is becoming very, very small now, as you can see. Yeah, not this one, definitely. Yeah, not. I thought it's gonna be much better because it had some thickness to it, and it had a bit of reds in it, but basically it's becoming this kind of milky blue-green crystal. Again, this light not great, but you'll see later on how it looks. It's pretty decent, but not as good as I thought, for sure. Yeah, I think this is pretty much as we will do on that. You can see it's just very faded blue and green. 3-4 carats. Yeah, I think I'm just about done with it. Hopefully, I have hopes for the next one coming up from Lighting Ridge with that sparkly red bar through it. But let's just finish this one off first. Don't jump ahead, Tommy, don't jump ahead. Yeah, I'm already excited about next one. Like a little kid. Soon as one journey is over, wants the next one. It's a bit like that with Opal, isn't it? Yeah, there you go. Blue, green, bit of sparkle on both sides. The other side is better than this, but this is not finished yet, so yeah, something. Cheap little Opal. And now, this is what is really looking good underneath with that color bar. Look at that. But could be sandy. I'm not sure if it goes through the middle of the stone. It's been exposed here a little bit, which is good. Even though this got a bit of a dome, I think where it's been exposed, it's got a larger surface area on that side. So I'm going on this side. I'll bring it in anyway. But because it's been already exposed a little bit, it gave me the idea that the color will be there. That's another thing about Opal, less Opal, you know, the lighting rich, the mining is an issue with the government leases there. So I wonder what will happen with the Opal prices. Will they continue to just skyrocketing? From my experience, oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's all happening with this one. I think this is gonna be a beauty. 3-4 carats of a beautiful stone. Now, it looks a bit green here, but there is lots of red underneath. I haven't got to it yet. I reckon it's really going to show up lots of reds. Just hope those little sand bits clean up and don't go all the way through to the bottom. So we keep working on it. Yeah, from my experience, getting Opal is getting harder and harder, especially at good price. It's looking like a lot of people in the industry are happy to pay good prices for good Opal because there isn't that much choice. Yeah, still looking green and sandy bits. That milky stuff will come off, so we've got to get that off and bring it in a little bit because there is a bit of sand on one edge showing up. But I think this will end up being the best of the three. And then I've got all these little ones that you saw before that I just chucked it in because I saw a bit of color. Maybe one of them, as small as it is, will also add value to this. Still looking green. See, on the video you can't see much red, but believe me, there is red. And you will see it. Green and blue here. But there is a fair bit to go. And I need to take that off. A lot more of it. Still, so it won't be a huge gem. But I want to see the red underneath. Yeah, still sandy bits there. Yeah, keep working, Tommy. There's more work, but fine, I will this time. Because we're going to the point where the other wheel is gonna take too much off too fast. So let's go on the final wheel. And see how we go. Had a bit of a trip up north. A few weeks in the sun. So lots of whales this year coming through in Australia, on the eastern coast, Byron Bay, Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast, plenty. I had some very close ones too, so that was fun. But I'm glad I'm back now, and doing these videos it's very meditative, I have to say. All right, see, there is a bit of red coming through, and there's color right through the stone. So I think this is gonna be a nice one. And when you get something out of nothing like that, you're pretty happy. Well, I am very happy, and I'm sure anyone that got something out of a bag that was pretty much potch, so you thought maybe a few chips, and getting all these little things. Yeah, when I was starting up, I remember just seeing a little spark of color. Was like, wow, look at that. I had no idea. It was pretty much worthless. But just seeing a color anywhere in the chip, sort of mine run puzzles or potch puzzles just to practice, and then all of a sudden you got a color. Yeah, see this? See the reds? And the green's crystally beautiful. Like this is gonna work out to be a really good opal. So yeah, getting just a little bit of color was so much fun. So exciting. And so you get that out of a mine run, or just a handful of what looks colorless or with very little color, no bars, stones, you'll be pretty happy, that's for sure. Well, I'm happy with this one, actually happy with a lot, and I'm having fun doing this cheap opal too. It's there are so many of us and of you that, yeah, wow, look at those oranges. And be interesting to see how this looks under a proper light. This is a little bit bright and officey, this light. I'm still working on the lighting, as you can see. Hopefully those videos are getting better for you guys. I'm sure when I look 12 months from now on, if I'm still doing it, and I'm sure, I'm hoping I'll be still doing it, I'll look at these videos and think, wow, I did that was the start, look where I am now. So hopefully get a little bit more professional, but there is something also about the authenticity of doing stuff. Alright, so this is the meant to be one. That's the big stone, and look at that. It's got the color on almost half of it. Yes, it's not the brightest, but it's there. Full rainbow. Happy? Happy? I thought there is no way that color bar is gonna go so on the face, so through the half of the stone. So that's a nice surprise. And now, a little bit more surprise. A little gem that I just touched on the wheel. It's only a couple of carats, lighting rich, grey, but look how bright it is. That's pretty cool. Make a cushion cut out of it. It's a rolling nice color. Looks much better when I'm looking at it than the camera. So I think we're pretty happy. We're pretty happy here.
Okay, so this is what we ended up with from this play on the machine. That's the big one, and that's the one that I was most interested in. There's color in there. I thought it was gonna stop here and have just this thin bar on the edge, but actually went through the stone, and that look, I'm gonna take this off and that off. And that's a big opal here. Yes, it's not the brightest, but it has color. And it's got the full rainbow here, reds, blues, greens. And came out of nothing. And as a hobbyist or person just practicing, playing, maybe getting a kid into it, I mean, that's a pretty good value from a bag of poached in color. So still big stone. It's gonna be many carats. Yeah, so that's the big one. Then we have that little crystal meant to be. It's ended up being a little, probably about 3-4 carats. Decent, but the reds disappeared. A teardrop here, double-sided crystal, still nice color. Again, you wouldn't be disappointed. Let's say you paid, you know, a couple of $100 to $300 for an ounce maybe of this. I paid probably less, and ended up with this. This is the beauty. That's the lighting ridge one. And it's got red and fire, and it's gonna end up being a 4 or 5 carat gem, little gem. Still not the brightest, but very nice, and definitely somebody's gonna enjoy that in a piece of jewelry. I like it. You can see the rainbow there, and a nice bar all around. And deep. Still take a little bit off the top just here with the milkiness, and that's it. Then put on the dopstick and shape it, polish it. Beautiful. So I'm pretty happy with this play. I also got to the little ones, tried to get some of the little ones. Look, this has got sand and stuff, but look, it was bright, so I had a look at it. So it's like a little thin piece that you can sand through it, but still fun. Remember, this is all fun. This one here broke in pieces. I didn't show you this on the machine, but I just kept going because I thought this was a bit bright. Look, unfortunately broke in half. See? But look, it had that flash, the red, so bright on the grey. Well, it will become a chip for the vials. Well, a couple of chips and the vials. I've actually haven't made them for a while, but I do have some vials to make, so that's gonna go down nicely. Still got a couple to work with, like this one with the red inside, very small, just a couple of carats, and this one. There you go. Still haven't put it on the machine. Didn't wanna take the video too long. Nice fresh and green, but also this worked out quite nice. Look, beautiful. Look at that. Grey, lighting ridge, cushion cut. Very nice. So there is definitely some value here, a good value, and it's another way not just to learn to cut opal with a lower risk because you're not paying too much for this material, hopefully, but it's actually a money maker if you buy right. As they say, if you buy right, you always make money. Doesn't matter what it is. So this was from a very affordable, lots of opals, and there is more that I've got from it. And yeah, so hopefully you see that you can really have fun, make money, inexpensive opal. I mean, it's relative, isn't it? Because opal is expensive, let's face it, and it's getting more and more expensive.
So yeah, this is the mean to be that had some reds in there. Didn't work out that well. I thought it'd be better, but still nice stone. So if you like to see more of my videos, I would love you to do me a favor and click on the like button. Also subscribe to my channel so you can get notifications of my next video. It helps me stay motivated to keep this channel going. I'm loving it. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Also would love some comments. Just ask me anything. Let me know what kind of videos you would like me to shoot next. Anything related to Opal or Australia. A lot of you asking questions because you don't live here, so I'm happy to answer some questions about the mines and the industry, providing that I know the information. So thank you very much for watching and engaging with me, and I will see you all and more on the next video.